Daddy Long Neck Gang. And shout out to Red Light Crew.
Hey, you're one of 12 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
Yeah, you know what? To find that better, I think the key there is... Zero cat. I just lost my train of thought.
God almighty, that's never going to get old.
It's so good. I noticed different things, just like in the daddy long neck part.
Yeah.
I noticed different
The
things.
baby crying in the background?
Like just how it's like he's getting his girlfriend's calling and he's on the phone with his wife or something. He's so thrown off by that.
Sex is undefeated.
Yeah.
You know how many people
Do you think-
mentioned that quote to me on Twitter? Like, hey, tell Chalmers sex is undefeated is hilarious. So like, yeah, well,
It's great.
I think he knows, but yeah.
Anyway, sorry to hijack the first
No,
part there,
fuck,
but
no.
no, like it's like that was a live interview, was it not?
Yeah.
It was like Daryl
Gregor's
Cates was
show.
listening to it.
Yeah.
It was like calling in to be like, "What are you
So
talking?"
it just started.
Oh, it had?
Real.
He like, didn't know he was doing press.
No, it was a few minutes into the interview. It wasn't right at the start.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah. But he didn't know he was on the air, was what I heard.
Oh,
He was just phoning him. He wasn't
yeah.
He wasn't like trying to call and interrupt the interview and be like,
I-
tell him fucking Brandon
better
Manning
start.
trade was great. Click. Real life podcast. I'll tell you what, I'm surrounded by champions. This is an honor. This is more exciting than when I got to eat and drink out of the Stanley Cup last fall.
Yeah, we're number one.
Number one men's league division. Give me the deets. What do you got?
we're Division D1.
Division D1.
D1.
Alberta men's
So-
league.
No, River Cree Hockey League.
River Cree Hockey League.
But our division is D1, and we just let people jump to the conclusions that it means Division 1.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to be in that camp, that's cool.
What does it actually mean?
So, well,
Dick.
truth be told, there is like F up to G divisions in there.
So A is better than you?
Yeah, oh yeah, A is the best, and there's like 8 teams. There's like 85 to 90 teams in this league.
Yeah.
And there's probably around 8 to 9 teams in every division. And so,
Keep talking.
yeah, I will. And so the first, Division 1's like guys who just finished playing college and coming back from like, the A or something like that. And then Division B is a little bit worse. Division C's for your mid 30 to early 30s that still know how to play. And Div D's where we find ourselves now. Little in our late 30s, still want to, compete and give her. It doesn't start really getting like that.
Don't run your shit down, Chalmers. You're motherfucking champions.
Yeah, it's true.
What
And we've
in
never-
the fuck?
so-
You still want to compete?
Yeah.
Where's
Well,
the fire?
that is the fire.
You won.
I know.
You're playing in a division of top tier athletes that just stepped away from European careers that were lucrative and tax free, and now they're playing you guys, and they got fucking served.
And we dominated them.
What was the score in the final?
5-1?
5-1.
Oh, it was so I got hurt in the first game against these
In a
guys.
series?
No, we played these guys in the first round. So
Okay.
River Cree, it's a very intricate playoff system. It makes the page system in curling look very streamlined. So we played these guys our first game. We dominated these guys all year, and all of a sudden we played them, and they played the best game of their lives against us, and we lost. It was tight, like 3-2.
3-2.
3-2, and I got hurt that game, so I was out for the rest of the playoffs. So
Is this why you couldn't turn the shovel over at the dirt
this is
shoveling
why my
ceremony?
shoveling skills were subpar.
You hear about this, Chalmers?
Oh, yeah. I heard a lot of
On the
people
news.
chirping them.
You can see on the news, everybody's shoveling.
Yeah, and it didn't help because on the news, Jason Greger to my right is chirping me as well, so people picked up on that. So
that's good. So
but Greger didn't know the backstory, but even if I told him, he still would have juiced me. But
Limp wrist.
I still am kind of.
So, anyways, yeah, when we play 2 game series. So we play the first round's 2 games.
Yeah.
If you win one, they win one. It goes to goal differential, right?
It's like
The first,
soccer.
yeah. So the first series kind of seeds you as to
Wow.
where you're going to
So
go.
they're like A side, B side, and you met again in the final.
Kind of, yeah. So
What was the name of the team?
the Badgers.
Those pieces of shit.
But you know what?
2 guys have NHL ELCs, I heard, and I heard one guy's just taking a break for substance abuse. He
Yeah.
plays for the Hawks.
Well, they didn't play like it in the final, but they're probably one of the only teams in that division that we didn't have a feud with, because you get feuds still, right? Like it's
Of course, you get feuds.
yeah, I sure do.
Yeah, we
I
looked
should-
at your stats as like 60 points, 2 games, 800 penalty minutes, including one for biting.
Well,
Chalmers had the ultimate line to close out the game / championship.
Go on.
There was a guy, and Chalmers, you have to quote it because
Okay, well,
I wasn't on
I'll
the
say-
ice, but I'll paint the situation of this guy.
Yes.
So they have this guy, and this is the guy actually hurt me. And I thought he lost control and took me into the boards from behind, and that's how I got hurt. But seeing how this guy played in the finals, I just think he's a prick. So throughout the game, he took liberties on our toughest guy.
He's always out of control.
Yeah, always out of control. But he's also trying to play. He was trying to play the body and stuff. And this is men's league. Like, of course, like I like cheap shots here and there. I enjoy the tougher things of hockey. But in men's league, I kind of get sick of it now because I'm getting older and just fucking getting hurt sucks now. So, anyways, this guy's running around like a prick. Trips our best guy from behind. He goes like legs. Nope. Our big guy, Pass.
Yeah.
Goes into the board's feet first. Pass wants to murder this guy.
Pass is a monster.
Oh, yeah. I went and watched
He's a
his final
monster.
game in wherever the hell
Yeah,
he
he
was.
played senior AAA this year.
Like this year, I went to his playoff
The guy's
game.
no
And he's
joke.
jacked.
No. And jacked. And
No,
tough.
he does not belong in D1.
And he's got a short fuse, too.
I
So-
heard you guys fast forward, but I heard you wouldn't let him take his shirt off for the pictures at the end because he's still jacked.
No, we don't let him.
Shirt's off, but not you, Pess.
He works out every morning at 5 a.m. And trust me, he looks like it. And like, so yeah, no, we made him. You're not taking your shirt off for the picture.
Respect.
Yeah.
So this guy's running around.
Yeah,
He
this guy running out.
Slewfoots
Takes
Pess.
out Pest. Pest wants to kill him. Pest, I think, takes a. Oh, Pest, yeah. Anyways, he goes, hits another one of our guys, but somewhere in between, Pest got his chance to take a shot at this kid. Hits him, rocks him behind the net, and then the guy's on his butt trying to take Pest's ankles out while he's like being held by the refs. He's like he's I don't know how to describe this motion I'm doing, but he's just like reaching for something because he's so fed up.
You're trying to like grab the edge of a cliff as you're falling down.
Oh, well done.
Yeah. That's very accurate. yeah, exactly. Just And so at the end of the game, because he took a cheap shot at Lee in like the last 2 minutes. So Lee's pissed. And I'm like, oh my God.
Does Lee still go wild if anyone
Yeah,
fucks with him?
Lee's like, I'm going to take a run at this guy. Well, anyways, Pest is on the ice. Pest gives the guy a shot and whatever. And the
game is out of reach at this point.
There's like 20 seconds left now.
You're up 5-2.
We're
And
up
so the
5-1.
boys are giving it to this guy because this guy's trying to cross-check
Yeah.
guys and shit. And then Chalmers utters this line to him.
And it's perfectly quiet. And I just say to him, I'm like, you guys are getting beat 5-1 right now. And you want to end your night by getting beat up by this guy? And then he looks at me and he goes, what do you mean? I go, is that really what you want to do tomorrow? You want to wake up and tell your kids that not only did you lose a championship, but that you got beat up at the same time?
And the rink is quiet. So this guy's just like,
His whole team, 2 guys on his team look at me and are just like, oh.
yeah.
I'm like, is that really what you want to do? You want to end your night like this? Losing the championship and getting beat up. It was fucking, it just
it's
felt so
classic.
right because he just deserved it. And
Did you
Yeah.
shrivel?
well, yeah, he just,
It's
I mean, he
quiet.
skated back
And
to the
then he
bench.
went, and then he went to I think he went to Kevy, which is like the safest guy on our team to talk to. And he's like, why are these guys going around trying to hit me and cross-check me like this? I'm like, oh my God, this guy's delirious.
Yeah. So, but like both 2 years ago, I got a tooth knocked out and I had to start running cage because not only did I not like having 6 months with no tooth, but I was starting to get sticked a lot and I was noticing it and I didn't like it, right? Like in the face. And I'm just too old for this shit. And so I put a full cage on and that like really hampered my game because I love to play feisty, but I also love to talk. Like I love it.
Can't
It's part of my
chirp in the
game.
birdcage, man.
You know, and that's the problem is I've really held back because I have.
Can't you
You
go
know.
like a glass shield?
So I did. Well, I went glass shield for like the first. Well, I think that was
The
3 years
bubble,
ago.
as they like to call it.
Yeah, for the bubble, I went for the first 2 years with the bubble, and I just got sick of it fogging up, so I went with full cage.
Oh.
But it changed me. Like I don't respect guys who
It's like
run
riding on a
around.
tandem bike.
Yeah.
Once you're riding on a tandem
Yeah.
bike, you're like, nope, I can't be me.
I can't be me anymore. Yeah,
Can't be
exactly.
me.
And so I just like I curbed that part. It just never felt right. But
You're like, for those listening, there's 3 of you. Congratulations. You're like Matthew Kachuk type players. You're like
Yeah.
going to go out and stick someone in the balls and run around and then do something, but also get points and then stick a guy in the eye and tell him to go fuck himself afterwards in the
yeah, it's
lobby.
accurate.
And it's how you've been
accurate.
living since you're
Yeah.
like 12.
Yeah, yeah, it's accurate. I have a short fuse.
Yeah.
And
But good, because you back it up with points.
yeah,
It's not like if you were a plug and you walked around talking shit, it wouldn't have worked. But you can back it up on the score sheet.
so sometimes, yeah, I used to relate it to when I would get into like chirping battles. I would never think of what to say, but afterwards it would be like Will Ferrell, like in
Blackout.
yeah, and it just all came to me, and it was like really good stuff.
The great Jay-Z doesn't write his raps
and I'm like,
down,
oh,
Jay.
what did I say?
Jay-Z doesn't write his raps down. He just goes in and spits fire. Chalmers, same shit.
I'm the opposite. When I
He studies his notes like Eminem on the
Yeah.
bus.
because if I get mad at I get like I'm just like mad, so I'm just like overcome with rage, and I say the worst shit. like in the sense of like it's not good. It's not a good chirp. It's like fuck shit, like you nerd, like you're just like blah, like
Yeah.
You nerd.
well, yeah, right. Like I just kind of I keep it. I wish it is a craft. Like I especially the guys like in the NHL, like they're scripted.
Yeah.
They're doing their homework on guys. Like they go do that.
I was
practice.
talking to a buddy who's in the show, and he was saying like there are guys who will study like your life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And,
You
like,
got to go
look
off
on
board. Yeah.
Insta.
Yeah. We got to
and,
throw them
like,
off the game,
yeah,
right?
and then like get in your and like your dad
Yeah, and,
is
and,
this.
and you
or
can't
how-
go too personal though.
Oh.
Like, but I know that they do. But
Yeah.
like for
There's
like,
zero mercy.
Yeah, that's
Same guy told me he can't play men's league in the off season because he's like, all you do in the NHL is try and hurt people as much as you can, as many times as you can, and like cross check your stick guy and break a stick over his face, and you don't give a shit, and no one does, and it's hard for him to like take his foot off the gas.
Yeah.
And then when they play in men's league, everyone wants to try extra hard on them, which
And if-
sets them off.
Yeah, and then
and
they
they just
kill a
go
guy.
back to their training, and next
Yeah.
thing you know, they drop a guy, and they didn't even
Exactly.
realize what the hell happened.
It's like a black belt getting in a bar fight.
Well, it's like when we played roller hockey with a guy who played in the NHL. So that's the only way to play hockey with us is it was roller hockey. And he would lead the league in penalty minutes and get kicked out of every game because one guy would take it too far with him. And this guy like fights professionally,
Yeah.
would just turn and like cross check the guy, punch the guy.
And then that would
Drop
set
a
our
guy.
that would set our bigger friends off, and then they'd get all
Oh yeah,
crazy.
it was
Awesome.
We used to
Awesome.
fill the penalty box in roller hockey,
Awesome.
and then I'd get my what is it? Cement time? It's not ice time. What is it? I get my
Surface time.
Surface
Get
time.
on the surface.
Get my surface time.
I
where they all
remember
go
going to
penalty
watch you
box.
play one time, Chalmers, like 2001. Very young man.
Oh yeah.
Very young man.
Yeah, yeah.
And you were going around and you had a visor
Mm-hmm.
and like your skates weren't done up and you had like your jersey all untucked and you're like, I don't even know if you had a mouth guard, but you looked like you could care less. But you were skating circles around everybody and telling everybody off simultaneously. Your team, their team, the bench. People are trying to kill you. You're skating backwards in the bench. The referee's holding you. And like you weren't mad. You're just like who
No.
you are.
Yeah.
You're like a hornet in a jar.
yeah.
And you had like 3 points. I'm like, wow, this guy has got the Kachuk gene.
Yeah.
Like chaos, right? You got
Yeah, I don't even know where it came from because I'm not big. Like, and I didn't play like that when I
We
was
play
younger.
big. It's a spirit thing. It's not
You're always mouthy.
Even back when we played when we were
Of
kids.
course.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember it.
I remember
Everybody was mouthy.
You
back
don't
then.
remember being mouthy as kids?
Well, no, but I'm talking about like when
What
me and
the
JR.
fuck?
I was looking through my old like hockey pictures, and I found our team, like our one team from when JR's dad coached us, and fuck, that was fun. That was a good team. I was just reminiscing about it, and so I was trying to remember how I was as a kid, like playing hockey. I don't remember. I do not remember how I was. I don't remember like if I was lippy, if I was good, if I
Well,
was
I
bad.
can guess you were lippy because I see it's in
probably.
your genes.
I probably was.
I don't see there being a lot of peace and tranquility from a 12-year-old you playing Pee-wee. How old
And
would you have been?
When me and him played?
13, 14?
No, I think we were
12?
12. I think it was first year Pee Wee.
Yeah.
So
What kind of stick were you rocking in those days?
I know you're rocking a Louisville
Messier.
Yeah, Messier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was blue and it had a wicked curve. And if
Yeah.
I didn't have that, I had the same stick that everybody had, was that Sherwood Coffee.
Oh,
The
yeah.
5090
That's
or whatever
the best
it was.
stick for ball hockey.
That had a
period.
wicked curve.
For ice or ball hockey?
well,
for ice hockey.
for
but
ice
I'm
hockey,
saying for ball
but it was
hockey,
also
it's
good
the
for
best
ball
curve.
hockey. You needed a big curve for ball hockey. Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing was.
So
Yeah. So there's our men's league. So then after the game, I snuck a couple bottles of champagne in there,
Oh,
even
yeah.
though we had
Classy.
like 3 flats for 16
yeah,
guys.
72 beers crushed in a non-city facility. If you're listening, city of Edmonton.
No, they're not listening.
Yeah, so
They're
we
not
sprayed the champagne. We drank out of the little cup that everybody else had been
Now, did
drinking.
anybody,
that day.
did
It
anyone
was
bring
disgusting.
goggles for the champagne? Everybody was straight to the grill? Good.
No, we straight took it to the head
Good.
That was
72
fun.
beers were crushed very quickly.
very quickly. We still
Well
we went,
deserved.
We went in afterwards to have some drinks again,
Yeah.
and we
Tap 21?
tap 25. Yeah,
25, yeah.
but yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
But it's like we usually spend about 30 to 40 minutes in the dressing room
Yeah.
with a flat.
Yeah.
Well, we were still in there for only about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
and 72 were
Yeah.
gone.
The boys were
A
fired
lot
up.
of trucks slept over there that night.
Yeah.
A lot. And we got championship hats. They're pretty sweet. Yeah.
Well, that's
Trophy's
the thing.
cool.
So many like this
trophy's
cup,
a mini
I
Stanley Cup.
know what happened to this cup in our dressing room, and it had to get cycled through like 20 other champions.
There was championship games all night.
Yeah.
So like the minute we were done with it,
Yeah.
it was going to to team that was going to
greasy.
I know.
So I didn't touch the thing. I know some shit has been passed around somehow. I don't know what it
I'm not
was.
sick yet, so
Well, remember, like a lot of
Drink
people.
out of it?
I did actually.
Remember, well,
Yeah, dude.
when we had the Stanley Cup party.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of people the next week were sick.
JR was being kind of coy about everything. He was in his street clothes because of his wrist,
I was
right?
coaching.
So he wasn't
I saw that.
playing.
Yeah,
So
inspiring.
he didn't want to touch the
One of my
trophy.
coaches
He almost
always
didn't
does.
even
Nice.
come into the picture on the ice.
It felt weird. I wanted to
12
play so bad.
12 years in this league
I
with the
know.
Stonecutters. You've played every game you possibly could unless you were away.
Modest
and
mouse.
you felt weird about getting
Modest.
in the first championship
I
photo.
know but you guys went and bled and sweated out there, and I felt like it was your time to shine. Not
Real
mine.
leaders don't need accolades, Chalmers.
Yeah.
Anyways, I jumped in eventually and didn't touch the cup.
Vinyl jacket looked good.
Oh yeah,
That's the new look.
I was just going around. I was
Vinyl
crushing
Oilers
BLs
jacket?
on the bench
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just
Inspiring.
trying. Anytime someone had a good shift, I'd give them a pat,
Full fedora.
full fedora.
Yeah.
You yelled at me.
Yeah, well, Chalmers goes. Yeah, it's fucking rightfully so. So we're up 3-0. Like we're
Junior
dominating this game.
Yeah, I'm the worst coach.
The boys are
biggest hypocrite.
dominating this game. And then they make it 3-1, and they kind of start taking momentum for a bit. And Chalmers goes and like I didn't know this at the time because I just saw the optics of it. Fragrantly hooks and takes down the guy that is public enemy number one.
Oh, nice.
But what Chalmers said is the guy actually grabbed his stick and pulled it in, and it was all big
I was
production.
chasing him, and it was at the end of my shift. So yes, I was being a little bit lazy, but
So-
I just wanted to give him a little tiny let me know that I was there, because he was getting headed off. He literally, as my stick kind of touched him, he grabbed it with his arm and like pulled it, sucked it in basically. And as I gave the smallest little pull to pull it out, and he went down, and I was like,
it looked
"This
like he just
got
got to
me
go
good."
hook the guy.
Oh
Did you get
man,
a penalty?
oh hell yeah!
So Chalmers gets a hooking penalty.
Coach Downton won't like that one.
No, well, I okay, that's fine. That's fine.
It wasn't
And-
this I got yelled for.
And Chalmers gets right out of the box, starts chasing another guy with the puck. And then what do I see? He's got his fucking stick hooked around the guy's elbow and he's pulling. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm yelling. I'm like, Chalmers, stop! Like, what are you doing? Like, he literally like seconds earlier came out of the box for a hooking penalty, and the game was
Sorry,
tight
Coach.
at the time, and they had momentum, and he go immediately to go do it again. So yeah, no.
But to
I
my,
held the bunch
blacked out,
accountable.
man. Will Ferrell blacked out.
to my credit, I did hear you yell Chalmers, put my stick over to the side, looked at you guys, and shift changed.
Yeah, see, coaching.
Came in there and I went, sorry.
I'm like,
boys.
if I can't play, I
I'm
got to
an
contribute some fucking way. I was trying to be very positive with everyone, but if I saw breakdowns, I was gonna sit everyone aside. I had to talk to Big Foogie, talk to him about some positional things, which is par for the course because Foogie's just out there to have a good time.
Did anyone have an inspirational goal in the finals?
Foogie
did.
Foogie scored effectively the game winner.
effectively the game winner.
Big Foogie was in playoff mode. This guy came. Sorry, any listeners, if anyone's listening,
There aren't
that
any,
we're
don't
still
worry.
talking about this, but.
Ryan Smith. Man.
So everyone needs to know like about
plays
this
just
Foogie
like
guy.
Ryan Smith.
He played
Foogie is
just
the most
like-
excitable guy ever. He just came
We're gonna
in
have him on
room.
the show.
Oh, perfect.
We're gonna
sing-
have him on
he
the show.
sings-
He
this
came to
summer.
the room and he was talking so fast
Yeah.
that you couldn't understand him because he was so excited and nervous at the same time.
and his mind never stops moving, and therefore he like talks about it. So he'll like ask you a question, like, "Oh man, what are we doing this weekend?" And then be like, "What did you do last week?" And, "Oh man, like remember in May of 2017?" And he'd be like, "What question do you want me to
He'll
answer?"
do that
Like,
while
I'm not
you're
really-
playing hockey
Yeah.
with him.
What? He'll talk
Like,
to you on
at
the
a
ice?
face-
Oh yeah, he's singing
Oh, yeah,
songs.
he's
He's,
just a mile a
singing
minute.
country songs out loud, skating down the ice,
Yeah.
like because he just has to. Yeah, he's the best. He's the fucking best. So yeah, he realized that parking himself like around the net and in front is his game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was Conn Smythe, man. He scored so many goals from just like in the blue
Good on
paint.
him.
He
Yeah.
outscored his. Didn't he like outscore his
He was
brother?
outscored.
Kevy?
Oh, yeah, our best player on our team is his brother, who's
Mike
just
outscored Kevin.
for the first like 4 games of the playoffs,
Holy
but ended up
fuck.
not because then Kev just like does Kevy things.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
and
he
for
had-
the record, like
Fernando
Kevy has like
Pisani shit.
NHL skill,
Yeah.
and Foogie just but that's the thing. He found his office and he owned his space.
Brent Gretzky got some goals too that year.
That's right.
Fortunately, he's got junior novice motivation. He's got NHL skill with
Junior
Timbits junior
Yeah, and attention
motivation.
span.
and
Yeah. And I say that with love.
yeah. He's
So, anyways, there you are. Stonecutters, Division D1 champions. 2018-19.
Well fucking done. Chalmers, congratulations. Jay, congratulations. Stonecutters.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
we thought we'd bring some positivity to the podcast.
Humanity. Congratulations. It takes a village to raise champions.
It's goddamn right.
Well, I
it
bet
does.
you our average age compared to that team, we were probably on average 8 years older than them.
Oh yeah.
You old fucks.
Yep.
Let's take a break. Real life podcast. Back
Have you got holes to dig, earth to pack, and roads to build? Then you need to call Japa Machinery Group. Does your equipment need a service? You can't fix stupid, but here at Japa Machinery Group, we can fix everything else. With a full range of parts to keep your equipment running smoothly. Japa Machinery Group is a family-operated and Alberta-grown business. Here to help build a bigger and better Western Canada. Give us a call or visit us at japamachinery.com. Japa Machinery Group. Join the family.
So I was just thinking about this, that you posted that picture.
Yeah, on Insta.
On the Instagram, the Oilersnation.
No.
What is it?
Nation Real Life on Insta.
Nation Real Life
Yeah.
Instagram account. Yeah.
I took over.
Yeah. And you posted
Fucking
our
posting
our
shit.
picture.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was just thinking about like that, people love talking about beer, like men's league hockey. There's
For
so
sure.
many good stories about it.
Well, there's
Like,
nothing more Canadian and more Edmontonian.
when we sit in our dressing room with all the guys, like the best part of the game is the half an hour before and the half an hour after, where we just talk about like anything. And it always reverts back to hockey stories, going out stories.
Yeah.
And so beer league hockey. So like I was thinking about this on the Instagram for Nation Real Life. I want to hear some people like go and comment on it and
Yeah.
tell us like some stories, or at any of the social media platforms. Just tell us some funny men's league stories, because I love them. I love listening to them. I love everything that has to do
The
with
games are intense.
Yeah, man,
who's your
it is
Fugi?
intense.
Yeah.
Who's your Fugi? Do you guys have a guy that literally sings country music skating down the ice?
Yeah.
And is the guy that's always there like 35 minutes before the game, 5 minutes before everybody else, and has to sit in the exact same corner? You know what I mean? Like,
And does he
there's-
take up 10 feet
And
of,
does he take up-
of,
yeah.
of,
Does he
of
lay out
dressing room
all of his
space?
equipment?
Does he
Yeah.
have his toiletries hung up? Does he put cologne and pit stick on
Yeah.
after the game, even though you played at 11:30 and you're going straight to bed anyways?
Yeah.
Do you have that guy? Let us know.
And everybody has their Chalmers to tell some stories about
Yeah,
what
let's hit it up.
And if you play in the River Cree League, send us photos of your red hat, because champions got red hats.
Yeah, big time.
The one thing that pisses me off about this podcast, the only thing, is that you don't get to hear from anybody.
Yeah, we don't get very much interaction from people. We want more. I
And
want more.
I actually know the numbers, and like the numbers are good.
Yeah.
It's 13. We have 13 listeners.
Yeah.
But it's good. And you'd think
You think they'd want to talk?
one at least. And sometimes on Twitter, like you actually stuff you say, Chalmers, gets a little bit more traction.
Yeah.
But like I wish there was a way that we could have more regular conversation with people.
Oh, I love
I
it.
love social media because I like talking to people. I like them coming back at me and yelling
So
at
do
me.
I.
and telling
Maybe we
me-
should have like a fan phone in.
I don't know that.
Well, I do know.
I hate the term
I do
fan
know
'cause
that
we're all
we need
the
to
same.
say
Yes.
like Nation Real Life Instagram account, like more like just like tell people about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I loved when I said the Gaga stuff, which I still stand by.
Yeah.
How many people chirped me?
Yeah.
But it was even more fun to see how many people agreed with me,
Oh.
and just to see like both sides. Man, I don't care. I
like getting chirped.
yeah, I think it's fun.
I think it's hilarious when people tell me off because I'm like, fuck you. Why are you paying attention? Like, I don't know you and you don't know me, and yet you want to tell me off because I didn't throw my pants on the ice
Yeah.
at double hat trick night. Whether or not you like me or not is irrelevant. We are friends.
Yeah.
We are friends in my book. You know what the fuck's happening.
We should try to create like a 10-minute segment where we
Is
encourage
phoning
people to
the
reach
way?
out to. Yeah, of course. We've done phone.
Jared? Is it phoning in? Is that
Yeah, phoning in.
Yeah, we've done that. in
So
the
who the
past.
hell's going to give their phone number out?
Well, they're not just going to tweet us, phone us, but like we'll connect with someone and say, hey, anyone listening, one of you 13 people,
Yeah, poor
please
bastards.
reach out to us on the socials if you want to come in for a 10-minute just conversation about whatever you want to talk about. If you want to rip us, great.
Mhm.
I prefer that. But if you want to bring up the Lady Gaga debate, or you have a new Lady Gaga debate,
Yeah, or even ones where
bring it in.
like
and then
there's
we'll
just-
do like a 10-minute call.
yeah, there's an answering machine on there.
Yeah.
That's just like tell us what you want to
Yeah,
know.
so someone
And
hits
then-
us up, we'll say, yeah, let's do this. And then we do the phone number exchange.
People, yeah, I mean, we can figure out the logistics later, but yeah, it's
I ain't
super
giving
easy.
my phone number out.
No. We'll
No,
just,
we're going to
no.
come to your house and record the podcast.
we'll just have them send us audio files of
And
their
here's my
questions.
SIN
yeah,
number.
yeah. Audio files of the questions are the best because like
Oh, that's
and they
smart.
can be questions about anything. Like
Well, let's give them a chance to defend themselves.
2019.
What if we don't agree with their argument?
I guarantee you I don't
Let's
agree with
beef
their
it up.
argument. I don't know what we're talking about, Chalmers. I guarantee I don't agree.
yeah, but
You're wrong.
we can't have like a full scale argument or like conversation with every single person. We just maybe
No, one person a week.
Oh.
So we say, hey, reach out. Do you want
Chalmers,
to
I know that I say there's 12 people that's listening. If every single person listening messaged us, it would be chaos.
Yeah, so we pick
Yeah,
one
that
a
means
week.
you're picking 52.
You pick one a week.
Okay.
Talk to him for 10
Think
minutes.
maybe we should try to expand that a little bit, but
I would like to find a way to have people tell
Well,
us.
that's what the nation.
So
The
would I.
nation's
I
about
do not
connection.
know. Yes.
because
and
I feel like when we do this, we have such a good time for like 2 hours, and then I leave, and it's like there's nothing. There's no nobody.
an empty life.
Yeah, it's just I don't get to have any.
What
like,
are you
how
talking
was
about?
it? No, but and then I'll run into somebody, and they'll be like, I heard it, and I listened to it.
Go on the
and I go,
go comment on shit, man. Like that. Like, look, I'll tell you. I'll give
Get
you
in
an
the
example.
mix, man.
So I have a guy.
Yeah, I guess
on
you can,
Twitter
eh?
I've been talking to. BLUCHANSKI. B. Luchansky.
Mhm.
This guy is a fucking referee, and I do not appreciate his type. CCRHL ref. Look at this photo. Okay, look at this,
yeah,
Jay. Look at
he
this.
looks like a ref.
B. Luchansky.
He looks
Okay?
like
Wow.
a referee.
He
loves
comes
being a
out
ref.
of nowhere and tells me off the other day on Twitter, like harsh.
Right.
And now we're boys. And I'm like, whoa, easy Stripes. And I like find a way to go out of my way.
What was the hot button
I don't
topic that
remember.
started this?
He's a fuckhead. He's a referee. I don't care what referees say.
Just like Chris the intern.
So then the
Ref.
other day he goes,
Part of the
this is
guild.
where I have fun. So you go, is it a jersey faux pas to wear Connor McDavid jerseys? The Oil Kings game tomorrow. They're the only jerseys my son and I have. So remember, this guy is like a hardcore hater. He chirped. I can't remember what he said anymore because I have a very short attention span. Hard. And I was like, yeah, man, wear your fucking McDavid jerseys. Like, I think you should wear McDavid jerseys to every sporting event, period.
Mhm.
He took a photo of this kid.
That's a good looking kid.
And he
Yeah,
sent it
that's
to me,
nice.
right?
Oh yeah, called you Mr.
What's the
Gretz.
hat?
Mr.
What's the
Gretz.
hat?
That's right.
What's
Mr.
the-
Gretz, goddammit.
What's the hat?
Oilers?
Well, the answer
Yeah,
is
no,
yeah.
okay, good.
Yeah. Connor McDavid jersey, you're
All
allowed
the time.
to wear
He looks
to
good.
Weddings,
everything and anything.
bar mitzvahs.
If you go onto the Iceland Air Waves feed of Monsters and
Yeah.
Men,
If you scroll
played
back
their
12
conference.
months, 24 months.
Yeah. Of Monsters and Men played a very intimate show in Iceland Airwaves when we were there. And I wore because I knew this was going to be special because I love Monsters and Men.
Mhm.
So I wore my McDavid jersey to it.
Amazing.
So and we were four or three.
We got there
rows
3
back
shows
from the,
early
from the stage.
just so we'd be close.
Are they Canadian?
No,
no, they're Icelandic. So they're in the
came
motherland.
home.
Monsters and Men is
Yes.
They came
Yes.
home, son.
So
Very
they came,
nice.
and I'm in my McDavid jersey because that warranted such a fine garment
Amazing.
as that. And but it was cool because it smoked out a lot of people, like hockey fans from here. I was talking to people from Stavanger,
Yeah.
the other Oilers.
A guy from the Icelandic Pro Hockey League. Remember that guy? He's like,
and
fucking
it smoked
McDavid.
out any Canadians.
So that's pretty cool. But we got to understand there's a fine line here. We've talked about this before where you can't just like wearing a Connor McDavid jersey to an Oil Kings game. That's fine.
That's okay.
Right. But you're not going to wear like a Connor McDavid jersey if you're in LA and you're at an Anaheim
disagree.
game. Well, I don't like
I think
that.
just Connor McDavid jerseys.
Yeah, just the
Connor.
best.
Just
Yeah.
Connor.
Just the best. Because one of my pet peeves are people that wear jerseys to games.
That's the
of
wrong
teams
one.
not
That's the teams
playing.
aren't playing.
But
So
like,
you be that
But like,
guy.
there's a few players in the world where like they escape that gravity. McDavid,
Yeah.
Gretzky,
Jordan.
Lemieux, Jordan.
wore
so you're
Connor-
basically just saying I like hockey.
I wore Connor McDavid jersey
No, you're
to
saying
an Oakland
you're
A's
telling
game.
everyone
Yeah.
that I know what hockey's about, and McDavid is better than any of your players.
I wore a McDavid jersey to an Oakland A's game, like unapologetically. I don't give a shit. The Connor,
See, I
I'm
think
walking
you
around
can
though.
cross
Hold on.
sports, though.
I'm walking around. This guy walks up to me, and goes, "What the hell are you doing wearing a Connor McDavid jersey at a baseball game?" I'm like, do you know anything about hockey? Yeah, I'm a Sharks fan. I'm like, is Connor McDavid the best player in the league? Yeah. Like that's why I'm wearing
Yeah.
the fucking jersey. Peace.
When you're at that level, it's
Yeah.
actually just fashion at that point.
Yes. Just Connor. Although if someone wore a Draisaitl game jersey, I think
Nah,
let's
you're
own
stepping-
The,
it's
own
can
the
only-
ignorance. Own the ignorance.
Yeah, but just
Own it.
like I'd say McDavid is.
My favorite guys walking around downtown, girls too, I assume. I don't know any. People who wear jerseys on non-game days.
oh my God.
I love it. I love it. Guy walking down Jasper Ave last
I always
week.
wonder what
No
they
game day.
like
Playoffs are
when
over.
they get up and they're like, I gotta go and
love
run
it.
some errands, and they look and they're just like,
Where's my Taylor Hall jersey?
"It's my jersey.
Time
I'm
to
gonna
make a move."
Just chuck it on and
Yeah, I
walk
love it.
down the street with my jersey on in the
I love it.
summertime."
I think I respect the shit out of it. But getting back to talking to Bilachansky,
Yes.
these are the interactions that are funny.
Yes.
Like he's like, this guy, Wanye, is a tit, and I'm going to tell him that he's an idiot and fuck that guy. And
Yeah.
now we laugh, and now he's saying things, and now we're friends. And that's fun.
I just realized that I kind of want to get chirped, but I don't really want to have to
Do anything?
respond. Yeah. I don't have to do anything about it. Like, it's a, I don't know. Doing social media is a pain in the ass for me. I don't like it.
You know what? Just devote 30 minutes a day to it.
Not even.
10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Just engage.
Engage. People want to talk to you.
They do.
Go
They wanna
talk,
talk to them.
Chalmers. Go talk on comments. Be like, everybody, fuck you. And watch how many. Go be you on the ice on social media.
Yes. Go
and
hook
watch.
everyone in the
Yes,
comments section.
Exactly. Start fights. It's funny.
Sounds good.
You see what 50 Cent does on Instagram?
No, but I hear you tell me a lot of the stuff he does.
Insane shit. Right now, he's telling off the producer of Power, his show, who he claims he lent $1 million to. And this guy's texting 50, like, 50, please stop. I think I'm going to the ER. I'm having a heart attack, man. He's like, give me my money, bitch. I'm sure it's all fake. It's very entertaining.
Did you see just
Very
the other
entertaining.
day? And I just cannot stand Sean Avery because of a lot of his stuff, but the one effective use of social media that he had, where he
The
basically,
racist guy?
yeah, that was, and I don't like Sean Avery, but I hate racists even more. And like that guy deserved it. And like at the first sign of Sean Avery being like, okay, I'm going to post your racist photo or your racist like rant if you don't give some money to charity. That's a really good idea, right?
Yeah.
And then he did it anyways, which I kind of laughed at. I kind of thought was funny. So like that's what's the thing about social media. It just gets to me. I would never be super like I could never be out of line. I just don't operate that way.
Well, you
Which-
do
but-
operate that way. I
But
remember
not,
one time
not
we were
like
fucking,
in the things that are gonna.
we were at Ezzy's and we got into a fight outside and you went and got a golf club out of your trunk. You do operate that way.
Yeah.
You haven't figured out how to operate like that in 2019.
Self-defense.
Nice.
Yes, but with words, I have structure. I think a little bit more with the words. I think. But yeah, I would just love to hear from people
Yeah.
and just like
Come
have
tell
more,
us off. It's
more
funny.
interaction.
Yeah. Well, imagine we had
My
Tell
someone
us
come
what we're
in
doing
and we
right.
could
Tell us
debate
what we're
the-
doing wrong.
Like my boy Stripes, whose
We
head
all
is
tell
so
each
far
other.
up his fucking ass.
Yeah.
But
Well,
he
and maybe we
takes
could
a
have
fine
someone on
picture.
the phone right now and we can discuss the Battle of Winterfell.
Oh,
Oh, you know
Like,
what?
it's real life. Like, what's on your mind? What's the itch?
You know what? I've got a segment here on my notes, which are written in lipstick on the back of a napkin. It just says Nerd Alert, Avengers, and G.O.T.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So is this
Can
our-
I go and get a beer in Little Brick and sit down and drink my beer and maybe come back in 15 minutes and you two fucking
We can just nerd
alerts?
out?
Yeah, talking about.
No, you
Yeah, but
might
see,
no,
I'm
no,
not-
listen and then just ask random questions.
I didn't read Lord of the Rings. I don't know how to talk to you people.
I like to fancy myself as an anti-nerd because I do really cool stuff at all
with,
times.
with nerd tendencies.
Yeah,
Because I'm pretty fucking up.
But-
Everyone deep down inside is a giant nerd. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, you can nerd out on anything. It's just like it's kind of
Can you
No,
nerd
some
out on-
people-
could you
some
nerd
people
out on
aren't.
being cool?
There are people out there that aren't nerds. Who's an example of somebody who's so fucking
cool that they're
effortlessly cool and you're like, I hate you?
John Hamm.
Oh, yeah. John Hamm.
John Hammer time?
Henrik Lundqvist. Henrik Lundqvist is so cool that like he gets
Oh,
up in the
yeah.
morning and puts on sweats or like
Yeah.
fucking
He's in a
irons.
Yeah, that's
band.
true.
Yeah.
Does all he's-
Some people aren't nerds. Bastards.
Well, and they just can't be
Brad
despite
Pitt.
how hard they try.
Brad Pitt could
Yeah.
never do a nerdy thing. It's like,
I
yeah.
don't know.
In
Adopting
fight-
9 kids is kind of stupid, and that kind of took his cool down.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Just banging his way across
Here's
Hollywood
the
again.
male Lady Gaga here.
Oh, about Brad Pitt?
Ah.
Nobody loves Brad
Pharrell.
Pitt. 2 of my favorite movies in the world are Brad Pitt's movies, and like I love this guy.
Moneyball.
Which ones?
And Death Takes a Holiday.
Yeah, right. No,
Thelma and Louise and
Meet Joe Black.
he was in that one.
Cool
Meet Joe
Money.
Black.
Meet Joe
I
Black's
didn't even
a
know
good
he was
movie.
in
That
that.
was a good movie.
No, I love Snatch. Snatch is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
you talked like you were in a Guy Ritchie movie from about 2002 to
I
2009.
acted like I was in a Guy Ritchie movie
You
for.
had 3 beers in you and
Oh.
you were fucking Bricktop. Or
Oh my
whatever.
god! We recite lines from movies at all times.
All times.
and it was always those ones.
Great
but
movies.
but yeah, so that one, and then the one I don't remember the name of it now with Christian Slater. The one where Christian Slater and
Interview with a
Rosanna.
Vampire?
No, and Rosanna Arquette, and he's the stoner.
Oh,
Brad
True
Pitt.
Romance.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Ah,
That's a great movie.
Is the
But
one where they're in the desert?
no,
Wait, what was the one I just saw? They're in a desert. It turns out to be vampires in a fucking bar.
Dust Till Dawn.
Oh, that's such
yeah.
a sick movie.
Dude, that movie's awesome.
No,
Yeah, that's-
no. I
yeah.
did not know what that movie
That's
was
George
about.
Clooney and Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
That
one.
movie was
Not
Yeah,
Brad Pitt,
man.
Clooney.
You think that movie's gonna be one thing, and then
Yes.
it turns into a
I'd
completely
never
different
heard a
thing?
word about it. I'm like, oh, this seems nice. And then I'm like, what
Seems
the
nice.
fuck?
Yeah,
Game
it's
of Thrones?
crazy.
Or,
It's such-
Walking Dead shit.
Salma Hayek is good in that movie.
Anyways, Chalmers.
Yes.
Battle of Winterfell. Give me your thoughts.
Okay, so my thoughts are, and we're not going to spoil anything because it's just a jerk move.
Who
but
cares?
I
It's
think
over
you get a week.
24 hours. Well,
No.
by the time this gets released,
No.
it'll be over 24 hours.
What if you piss off
No.
one of our 13 listeners? We can't
So-
take the.
Like
Oh my God, I have questions and I can't wait till next week.
Okay, I thought it was fantastic. I thought that there was a bunch of things that happened in this that recalled back to why we all pay attention to this for 7 seasons. Little tiny things. Like, are we going to spoil this? Because it would be a lot
we
more
can
fun if
put
we
in the
could.
caption.
Spoiler alert.
We can put in the title.
Spoiler alert.
G.O.T. in the title.
If you don't-
G.O.T.
right
spoiler
now,
alert.
right now, I will say, anyone listening to this, if you don't want to know anything about Game of Thrones,
Fast
stop
forward.
listening.
Fast forward
All
to
right,
a
so that was
certain
like a
time.
legal indemnity
Yeah.
there, so now no one can lay claim.
legal.
Okay, fire away, Chalmers.
Go.
We're
Okay,
in a safe
so-
place.
Okay, so going through the episode, I loved everything about the start of it. I loved the fact that Melisandre, the Red Witch, showed up.
Yeah, you
And
knew
hadn't seen her
she
for a while,
was.
and you knew she was because she said in 2 seasons ago, she said, "This I have to come back here because this is where I die." Do you not remember that?
Yes.
It was awesome, and right when she showed up, I was like, "Okay, she's gonna help, and that's good." And so immediately she fires up all the Dothraki swords.
Yes. That was
And it
so
was-
cool.
Epic filmmaking at its best to just watch that happen.
Oh man.
And then, in the best twist of all, the whole army goes in and is extinguished within like.
No, what are you fucking? I'm looking at
We did
Instagram.
it. We did it. We said we
Yeah.
weren't allowed.
Did you hear the spoiler alert?
No, I wasn't
for Game
listening.
of
Who gives a
Thrones?
shit?
Take your
I
earphones
gave
off.
a legal spoiler alert.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah.
they all
For
get.
real? Okay, so
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
people who are listening right now are people who know they're about to hear this?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Continue
Okay.
talking.
Yes. So they're extinguished. That is the real
Wanye
moment
is
where
actually
every
checked
yes.
out of this
I
conversation.
do not know or care. I don't know anything
So,
you're talking about.
I'm not going to break down the whole episode, but right after that moment, I had to pause my TV about 3 times because I thought that there was a setting that was wrong. I thought that my TV was set too dark. And
It's Game of Thrones, man.
Right.
There's so many. That
And-
show
and-
lives in the dark. If
Yes.
you don't watch, like I had every curtain and blackout curtain drawn down, and I made sure to watch it when the sun went. It was dark outside. Like you know it's going to be, and you knew the battle was going to
and
be.
so
at
did
night.
I. I just didn't think because they had gone so many episodes without making it that dark. And in the very beginning,
Every
in season
episode's
one,
got a dark scene. Oh, I
Yeah,
guess like the
not
first
that
2
dark.
seasons. Yeah.
the first 2 seasons were epically dark. And then these ones, like, it's been a while since they did that. And I'm going, this is the most important episode. Are they really going back to this? And, you know, by all accounts, from what people said on social media, yeah, like that was, everybody noticed it. And so many people had a problem with it.
Brad
Reason-
Stepanko tweeted out beauty of this guy. I love this kid.
Yeah.
He tweeted out recap of Game of Thrones, and it was just a photo
That's
of
pretty
black.
funny. Yeah,
Anyways.
but I understand what they were doing because it was so dark, I sat forward a little further and I focused a little harder.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I believe that every single time something happened, that I was a little more like my senses were just a little more heightened because of the darkness. And I'm not sure if that was, you know, a ploy by them or like a tactic, but that's what I felt. Then like when people were kind of bitching about it, I was going, it kind of helped me in a way. Like, did I really need to see the ravens fly over the Night King in perfect, you know, HD vision? Like, no, I got the idea. Bran was in the ravens. He went to go see where the Night King was, and he found him. There he is. He's on a dragon. Like it, you know. So yeah. So that was really, really sweet. But then the whole battle, like, how goddamn confusing was that? It's just like people were just everywhere. And you're just swinging your sword. Like, really, you're just swinging your sword.
Well,
I don't know. What'd you think of the
Yeah,
of the
like
beginning?
it was like so. Not as many key people died as I thought.
No.
they would.
No, me neither.
But like you just saw, you saw Jamie, you saw Brienne. They're just there, just swinging their swords nonstop and just like constantly killing all these guys.
And constantly saving each other. Everybody was saving somebody
Yeah.
at a perfect time, you know. And I really liked the part where they kind of did like, okay, this is a roll call now. Jon Snow's going to walk through the castle, and as he's walking, he's going to be looking right, looking left, and you're going to get a vision of these power players. Over there's Sam, laying in a thing of bodies, crying, exactly what you thought he'd be doing. There's Brienne, there's Pod, and there's Jaime Lannister, and they're up against a wall with their backs to it, and they are just fighting for their life.
Hound crying
Yeah.
against the wall.
There's the Hound over there. There's Barrack, and Barrack, I mean, like, this guy, like, he lived up to his purpose. He came back 9 times or however many it was for the one sole purpose, and he fulfilled that purpose, right?
Well,
And, like-
he gets the first assist on the kill.
Oh yeah, and like when she says that to him, like, do you remember the Melisandre and Arya's first meeting when they were under the
She was with
the brothers, yeah. And basically she just like looked at her and said like, you've got darkness in your eyes and you're gonna kill people with this color's eye, like all, and she names a bunch of colors, and then she's like, I'm gonna see you again.
No, I think she said she'll close a bunch of people's
Close
eyes.
a bunch of
permanently.
eyes, yeah, like blue eyes, like black eyes,
And then she talked about color
yeah,
this time.
and so he kind of didn't know what the hell that meant. And there's all those little times in that show throughout, right to the very first episode when Arya sneaks up on Jon in the Godswood, and after he's missed out, like, just what do you want to do? You want to
It's
not
like you're making up places and people. Like here's what I hear. Like you're talking backwards in that Missy Elliott song.
It might be the most important show that's ever happened. It might be the last time people talk in real time about a TV show.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
It's all dragons, swords, suits of armar.
Mm-hmm.
There was more money
Speaking
and more
of
brains
suits.
being thrown at writing. Hold on now. It's good. Go ahead, Jared.
Speaking of suits, if you're looking for a new suit,
Good
go
job.
visit our friends at Indochino.com. How it works is you measure yourself online, download the little measurement tool, or go into one of their showrooms, select your style, customize your suit, and then bang, 2 to 3 weeks later, you got yourself a brand new suit. In fact, we're taking Chris the intern and Jay
My
down tomorrow.
calls and cries to go to Indochino so I could get sized up.
Oilers suit.
I got to see what my options are because I believe my options are endless.
Absolutely.
I might go buy 3 Connor McDavid jerseys and get Indochino to turn into a suit.
Get a nice Jon Snow style suit.
Whoa. I don't believe in animal cruelty, Chalmers.
Get the one without the fur then. Fuck.
You know what?
So anyways, finally.
Fuckers.
I got to jump in. I'm really excited about this. So
Yeah.
tomorrow I'm going down to the Indochino location in West Edmonton Mall.
Yep.
We're bringing the crew down because they want to record it, I guess, for content. And I'm finally...
Measure his inseam again.
I'm
Measure his
finally
inseam
going to
again.
look fresh and start be able to go to a wedding when I get invited. Because I don't have a suit.
Go
The
to a
last suit
wedding,
I had-
have a wedding. You never know.
And I'm going to ask, and when I go to Indochino, I'm going to ask for the reinforced ass because I blew out the ass in my last suit at a wedding dancing.
make the ass chainmail.
Yeah.
How many suits pants have you blown out at weddings dancing? You've blown out more than one
Definitely 2.
pair of pants.
Definitely 2. Well, I get aggressive with the lunges
Okay.
and whatnot, especially like wedding, you get, a few sheets to the wind, you're having a good time. And if the dance bug hits and you just feel and act out the music,
Every time Rasputin comes on and he's got to go into his Ukrainian dance.
I'm going down to Indochino. I'm throwing down. I'm gonna throw down the challenge to him. I'm gonna tell him all the past issues I've had with suits that I bought off the rack, and now I'm gonna go to a professional and see what's up. So everyone, get ready to watch my journey.
Beauty.
Thank you, Indochino.
Can't wait. Okay, let Jay just you tell me what, like, so we got to the thing for when she snuck up there.
Yeah.
Oh god,
That was cool.
damn.
Just once we'll finish up.
Well, then we're gonna talk about the Avengers Endgame, and Jared's gonna make the same noises about his shit.
But we're not going to spoil Endgame because that's
No.
none of us saw it other than Jared. And
3 times.
Battle of Winterfell.
3 times.
If it
3
was
times.
it was trending worldwide, above Endgame. People, we need to talk about this. So when Melisandre says and goes through the brown eyes, green eyes, blue eyes, because Arya and Melisandre reconnect,
Mhm.
and it's like, you have closed many eyes. I've closed many eyes permanently. And then she started rambling the colors. So she said blue eyes, obviously connecting to the Night King.
Mhm.
But the big fan theory thing going on right now is that the green eyes is Cersei. But my question is I thought how Melisandre was saying it was the order of who was going down, because she went brown eyes, which everyone's saying is Walter Frey,
Mhm.
and then green eyes, which everyone's connecting to Cersei, but Cersei's still around, and then blue eyes, and it was the blue eyes that gave Arya the epiphany,
oh yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And then they said, "What do you say to the god of death? Not today." And then she ran off and did her thing. Now, so that's one of the questions. So the fan theory all over social media last night was, okay, Cersei's next. Arya's gonna get Cersei. So my next. So let's just park it there. So now we're going into the kill. How did she sneak in? Because she didn't go many face. Because she said she didn't wear blue eyes. Dude, she wore brown eyes.
This is her home. The same way she snuck in 7 years ago on John, who also lived there. That's the whole point of that. Is that this is her place. She's only gotten better at sneaking.
Okay, well, fair enough. There was a scene in the library there that was epic.
When the very first scene the 20 minutes into episode 1, when John's standing there because he's not allowed to be there for the king arriving, and Arya's nowhere to be found, and then she sneaks up on him. They were already 20 minutes into it, showing you something that was going to affect the biggest battle.
I know,
of
and
the
that's
time.
why it's so good to rewatch and how
amazing.
connected it is.
It's amazing.
So you think, okay, so
How
'cause
good
I
was-
saw people saying that she went blue-eyed to like sneak in and come after the Night King, and that's why like he didn't
No.
notice the last minute.
No, there's no
She
way.
just went straight.
Do you see little wisp?
Arya
Do you see
ninja
little
style.
wisp of hair on the one
Yeah,
dude? Right
that
as-
was that from her running?
that was just from her speed. I think that was like a depiction of like something's
It
about
was
to
like
happen.
a wind
It's-
blowing
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
How big was that jump too? Epic
oh
jump.
god, and just and like even it was unreal. All I was hoping for is I'd hoping that because there was the theory also that the Night King is Bran.
Yeah, I
Right?
think that's been put to bed.
Well, clearly, but
not
maybe
clearly.
not. No, definitely not clear. That's right, because everything is circular here. But I was really hoping the Night King was going to say something.
Yeah, I didn't think
Like,
he was going to.
Me.
Anyway, so do we want to do this? Do we want to stop it right here, not say another thing about it, so that people can come back in?
Sure.
Yeah. All I want to say
probably-
was
maybe
great
we should do
episode.
another
If you haven't seen
Indochino
it yet,
ad.
I look forward to it.
People are going to listen. We told everybody not to listen.
Yeah. Just
No.
jump forward to this
That is-
point.
Okay, so if we are going to talk about Avengers, all we're going to talk about is just like how amazing it is that they.
Buddy, look at what I'm reading right now.
What is it? That they
Jersey
got-
Shore's Vinny Guadagnino claims he's banged over 500 women. I'm good. Like, keep talking. Just wave me in when you're done. Talk about.
Well, I
your
have nothing to talk about Avengers because I haven't seen
I
it.
didn't think.
Jared,
All I know is it's
Chalmers,
done 1.2 billion in
Yeah,
like
yeah.
3 days.
It's I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody, but it is unreal.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of these movies, the whole different phases and arcs and stuff. And it was like a love letter
Was it perfect?
to I mean, it's not my favorite one of all the movies, but it was unreal. I don't know how else you end such a big thing better than the way they did it.
Okay, so in your opinion,
Yeah.
if I was going to watch, so I've only seen Infinity War. It's literally one of the only, other
That's
than
it?
like the Iron Mans at the very beginning, I've only seen Infinity War.
Yeah.
Now, Endgame seems to be the culmination of a whole bunch of
22
movies. 22 movies.
Yeah.
Which of those movies should I watch? Should I watch Avengers from 2012?
Yeah.
And
Just
then
watch
just
the
and then
Avengers
just
story.
Infinity War,
Yeah, watch
and then just
Iron
Endgame,
Man.
and I'll
Because all the
understand
other
it all?
ones are just character development for every member
Yeah,
of the
watch
Avengers.
Iron Man 1, Captain America 1. The Thor stuff, I would watch Thor 3, Ragnarok. But definitely watch Avengers 1, Age of Ultron, Civil War. Also watch Captain America Winter Soldier. That's one of the
Basically
best
watch all
movies.
of them.
Pretty soon we'll be at
So
22.
you can skip all of kind of the character development stuff if you
Yeah.
understand comic
See,
books.
I do.
If I was going to guess, because I haven't seen all of them,
Yeah.
skip Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's pretty good.
Ant-Man's pretty good.
Oh, you know what? I didn't think
You
Iron
gotta
Man was
kinda-
going to be good, and then
You
I went
gotta
and saw
kind
Iron
of
Man. It
watch.
was unreal.
You gotta kind of watch Ant-Man 2.
And one.
No, one
No.
you can just
Ant-Man and
you know
the
what?
Wasp.
To be honest, I had a friend come with me to the movie and he's never seen any of them. So I gave him a YouTube link and I was like, here's 15 minutes of what you need to know to watch this movie. And that was good enough. And even though he hasn't seen any of them, he thought it was an amazing movie, enjoyable, everything. So if you haven't seen
How-
it, go see it.
How'd you deal with the length? 3 hours. How
I
was it?
I
Did it
made it
fly
through the
by?
whole thing.
Yeah.
The first time, and then on the second viewing that night, it was a little more relaxed. So I'm like, okay, I can go to the bathroom. I don't have to
See,
use my catheter
That's
that I
going to
had
be
put in.
tough because I like to go into the VIP.
I always wear a
theaters.
diaper
that's
to
where
any
I was.
movie
Get
that's
some
over 2
cocktails.
hours.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
I was in the VIP. I was drinking it up.
Good.
Me and Graham. All right, enough with Endgame. Go see it.
Can we just talk
It's
about
amazing.
how much money nerds spend in just Canada? The top 5 grossing movies of all time for their first opening weekend are number 5, Avengers, number 4, Star Wars Last Jedi, number 3, Star Wars Force Awakens, number 2 is Infinity War, and number 1 is already Endgame.
Yeah.
That's just in Canada.
So, Chalmers,
God,
maybe these are the cool kids and you're the nerd.
maybe.
I'd love to see hockey teams broken down like a movie like that, and be like, "Oh, the Oilers show last season brought in like the aggregate revenue of ticket sales."
Yeah.
Because when you say like nerds are going to movies, other people are spending that money on going to hockey, doing different things, right?
Yeah.
It'd be crazy to think that like how much does it cost to make an Endgame? $200 million.
I think the budget for Endgame was $350.
Yeah. It was,
$350.
yeah, it was huge.
Because they had to pay every
$357.
actor, right?
Yeah.
A huge movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's paid back. It was paid back in its first day.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. It did 300.
Like these guys.
But that's gross revenue.
That's before
Yeah.
theaters take their cuts.
Yeah. But still, I mean, they paid for it in a weekend.
It's definitely.
They've got a
paid for.
long
So
life
now
of
now
this.
they're
Yeah,
riding the
no,
gravy
it's-
chain, and I'm sure there's some guys that are on the back end that got some back end
Who
deals.
owns Marvel? Disney?
Disney.
Oh my
Disney
God.
owns-
Disney.
I checked
Fox,
Disney stock.
Marvel.
I thought it'd be through the roof. It is not.
wait till Disney Plus comes
Quarterly.
out.
Well, when they announced
quarterly
Disney
earnings,
Plus,
right? Quarterly earnings is
when
what
they
they say.
announced Disney Plus, it shot up like
Jumped up.
20%.
Yeah.
Now Marvel's got so much weight in Melbourne. There's 2 big footy stadiums. You got the MCG,
Yeah.
and then you had what was called the Etihad Stadium.
Yeah.
It is now called the Marvel Stadium.
Crazy.
Marvel bought the branding rights?
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder why they
Unreal.
had to do that.
Chris Hemsworth.
So just like
Oh.
I have no idea.
just
So
like
connection
Star
I have
Wars
to
was
say.
once a George Lucas property,
Yeah.
and then
Disney.
he sold it to Disney.
Yeah.
Was Marvel a Stan Lee property?
So Marvel was spun off in like 98 to 01, somewhere in there as a publicly traded company. And they went public to start making movies about their comic books.
Mhm.
Then they blew up. Then they had a catalog. Then Disney bought them.
And so did Stan Lee like make out like a bandit?
Oh, yeah.
Was he
No.
part of this
Oh, yeah. He's
startup?
rich as
And okay,
Oh, yeah. I think StanLee was like one of the principals when they went public.
All right. I'm going to go
Yeah, there's a
Stanley
long
Network.
there's a long story about I don't
Mickey
know the
Mouse owns
specifics
Darth
of it.
Vader. Think about that.
yeah, I know.
That's some
Well,
shit.
and Disney owns ESPN.
Disney owns everything.
Like,
Eventually,
and yet they
will be
divested
the one
themselves of
company.
the Ducks. I wonder if they would do that again.
Hockey team?
Well, I feel like if they'd applied their Disney brand production genius to the Mighty Ducks, they would be the Dallas Cowboys by now. Take
Oh,
what
for
Vegas
sure.
is doing,
For sure.
but Disney just never really clicked with the Ducks,
Yeah.
right? That's what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I think
That's
it'd be
interesting.
genius if Disney owned fucking sports teams. Because they have the ability to not only run movies really well, but they're amazing merchandisers. They have their own parks. So when they're buying Star Wars, they're like, okay, we're going to have Star Wars Park in all 8 Disney properties worldwide and shit like that.
Mhm.
Like they can run, they'll pump content. Don't worry about it.
You're watching a video of Scott Disick do something?
No, that's an ad, Playo.
Oh.
I'm reading about Chris Brown.
All they do is keep repurposing the Tower of Terror as some
Yeah.
new franchise.
The Death
The
Star
Guardians
drop.
of the Galaxy now.
Great ride, by the way.
Disney's going to own everybody before they're said and done.
That's right.
That's
Bob
their goal.
Iger makes a lot of money. You read about this lately, Chalmers? CEO of Disney made like $66 million last year. The average Disney employee makes like 40 grand. What the fuck? Fire that guy. Give all the money to the line workers.
That just doesn't make any sense. Without him, without a guy like him, they would lose employees because they wouldn't be doing as much work.
Without a guy, I don't know. Without a guy like him, they wouldn't have done the acquisition of Marvel. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
He did a lot. What was the old guy's name?
Eisner.
Eisner took Disney from being like one of the world's movie companies to being like the media company.
Mm-hmm.
For doing big ass deals like that, how much money are you entitled to give home? I don't know. Very unpopular. People don't want to hear that kind of shit.
People, I just don't know why these guys sign like Roger Goodell. They just figured it out in the NFL. He signed a new contract and he has non-disclosure on his salary.
It's strange
Like,
to me
when
that
it first-
like Trout goes up to the bat and everyone's like, yeah, and they played the money song
Yeah.
after he signed his contract. But people don't want to see that with business people.
No,
They
that's
only
just
want
it.
athletes and rappers and actors to be rich.
Like why? Because they can see the tangible work they're doing.
I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know. It is weird. But what's funny is when you have a lockout, fans always side with management
Yep. Because they want their
because they want their because they think that the players are being spoiled
Yeah.
and that like they're asking for too much.
Only once every 10 years do we think the players are spoiled.
when we lose a season every 10 years of NHL hockey.
Yeah. When's the next one coming up?
So it was
It's
04 was a strike. Is it a 10-year deal?
I think they do like 8-year deals. I think it's 2020, 2021.
Next year, I think.
Oh,
Let's see.
well, get ready to batten down the hatches because that's always fun. One year we went to Asia.
So what else you got on your lipstick napkin?
I don't know how much time we got left, Jaron.
What are
We
talking
got like 5 minutes. We could do best in the week.
Well,
Best of
Quick
the
little
week.
GM chat.
What about the building
21,
updates? I want to talk about the
22.
building.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the building.
2021, 22. Oh, the building.
Chalmers, I want to do a building update every week. We're building
I'd
a
love
building
to.
down the street from Little Brick. I love talking to you about construction because you always correctly predict all the problems that we're going to have. I'm always way too optimistic and think shit's going to work out. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
And with this building being built down the street, I want to go and check on it every single day, yell at everybody, have a good time. Tim the building super. I already warned him. I think it's funny to talk about.
Yeah.
So last week we did a metal detector test of the land.
Yeah, and we should. You
and
should.
we
You
found this
posted it.
giant sack of shit. Like
I know you
shit.
just showed me the picture the other day. This is way more
I
impressive.
posted on Insta.
Yeah.
Coins going back as far as 1931. We found an RB Bennett coin in there. We thought we were rich for about 10
Yeah,
minutes today.
1930 Richard Bennett Canadian coin.
I thought our ship had come in, Jay. Our ship had not come in.
That
It's
was
worth
retirement.
$4.50.
$4.50
on
or
eBay.
$450.
No, there's one. For,
$4.50.
there's one for purchase on eBay right now for $4 and
Mint condition.
Well, this one looks like it's been sitting in a field for 70 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got that. We got a little shotgun shell. We got a bunch of old weird shit. So then they started digging the hole.
Yeah.
Guy comes in, backhoe. There's like 3 dump trucks waiting in convoy, and I'm excited as fuck because you know I like to see work going top speed. They stopped digging. I drove by today. They're just sitting there kicking it. There's no one's working. And I'm like, what's going on? They're like, we got to shore up the sides of the land. What does this mean? Shore up the sides of the land.
So
I was
when
like, yeah, totally.
So-
I gotta go. And then I left.
We got to your site last week was as they had started digging and they had it about 1/4 dug out. And so they were close to depth on about one side of it.
What is close to depth thing?
Close to depth is the depth that you're going to be digging.
Okay.
Your final depth is basically
Base.
the height you're going to be putting your footings on, right? And when you get to full depth, you can observe what the soil is, and if it's really good expansive clay, then it will look like when you take a knife on margarine, it'll cut really nice with the backhoe.
Mm-hmm.
If it starts to like peel and rip, it can kind of be a little moist, right? And so you usually get samples at that point. But what I noticed immediately was you had about 3 feet of topsoil, and then underneath was like really nice beach sand. And so my first thing I said to you
Accidental
was,
beach.
"Wow, this is really sandy." And
So we're in Riverdale. This is like
Yeah.
So
down.
you say we have a sandy hole?
We're
you
at
have
the-
a sandy hole.
We're at the
Yeah.
bottom of the river valley.
That's
Yeah.
not good, I don't think.
No.
This is like if you're digging in Edmonton.
Yeah.
This is like the low point of anywhere in Edmonton you'd be digging.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's sand.
So
Subterranean.
it's sand. So like in Calgary, do you know that they have like kind of it's more rock? Like it's like because they're more in the mountains, right? It's more of rock. We have
blast out, Stuart.
well, no, it just means that they have different ways of pouring foundations and different ways of like doing their footings and stuff. Where we do like we can put piles in our ground 12 feet.
Like we had to do it to the patio here.
Yeah, because our clay
God damn.
is so strong, right? And it's so packed that is enough, enough support for just a pile. It won't move in that. If you go 12 feet down, the frost isn't going to lift it. We only have a 4-foot frost line.
What does that mean?
What about
Well,
the
basically, so
Bifrost?
it's like in the middle of the winter, when
Bottle
it gets to
reference.
its very coldest, chances are is the frost has only gotten into the ground 4 feet. It's
And
kind of
beneath that, it's still warm.
well, it's not warm, but it's not freezing. It's when it frosts, it actually like expands because the moisture in the ground is
And that's
freezing.
why like we get potholes. And shit.
And that's why we get potholes. Yeah, but that's also why houses lift up. You know what I mean? Like
houses lift up.
well, things lift up. And like,
Really?
Well, they can. If you have just like a garage on a straight up just a concrete pad and it's just on the ground, if you did some sort of measurement to like a fence or something, or if you ever noticed that your garage door might not shut perfectly in the winter, but it shuts perfectly in the summer, it doesn't take much, man. The ground could go up like literally a half of an inch.
Even though the Earth is flat. Jay, thoughts?
Anyways,
Flat earthers.
so what I said to you was like, the minute the guy came over and I said, yeah, sandy. Hey, what do you think of that? And he goes, well, yeah, it's really sandy. And it's not going to be a big deal. We'll just do bigger footings, which is not a big deal at all, as long as you have the structure down
Yeah.
at the bottom of the hole. But then my second question was, well, you guys got a fence all along that side,
Yeah.
and you've got a sidewalk all along this side, and you're digging pretty close to them because you got to dig your hole bigger than you actually dig the foundation or pour the foundation, because the guy's got to be able to set forms up and take forms down on both sides of that. So you're getting really close. If you have a 4-foot side yard, you're mostly digging all of that up just to get the workers in there, right? So they're digging really close to that fence. And I said, so how do you feel about that fence falling in? And he's like, well, I'm a little worried about it, to be honest. And it's probably like 25 feet long.
Yeah.
And so what they're going to do now is they're going to dig it, and before any rain or moisture comes, because it won't just fall in. Like it's got to, if there's some moisture or we get like a rain, that's when it'll happen. It'll start to slough. So what they're going to do is they are going to shore it up.
God.
And I don't know.
Yeah, it snowed all weekend.
Yeah, but that wasn't, it was a slow, like that was actually the best thing for you guys, because
Oh, nice.
it didn't
Snowed all
yeah,
weekend.
it was a slow absorption into it, where like a rain would kind of erode it away faster. The snow was just landing on it, melted, went in the ground. It wasn't causing like a quick.
So I've seen this in construction sites where they like put boards straight vertically
Yes,
down.
so they're going to keep the earth out of the hole.
So how
ultimately.
do they attach those boards to?
So the shoring, well, it's going to come. I mean, I don't know what type of shoring they're using, but if you go look at like guys that are doing utilities in the middle of a city, like on a city block, they'll lower in basically like 6x6 timbered walls that they just they put together with like
Oh,
metal.
I've seen
and then
those,
they
yeah.
lower
On, like,
them
the-
in on all
That
four
thing up
sides.
at the top of the hill. That
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
So how do they? But like, what do they? There's like metal too, isn't there? That
Yes,
They like,
so-
so they put like big metal straight into the ground.
Yes. So is that what you're having over there? Because
I
I, didn't
don't know.
drive by, but if you're getting metal
I acted
shoring,
tough and left.
yeah. So metal shoring's
I was
on
like
its-
shoring. Yeah, of course.
you know,
Anyways,
yeah.
see Endgame. Peace.
All I heard was cha-ching.
Yeah.
We're making money.
No, like that's our money going out.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's costing.
Unforeseen expense.
Oh, good. So
You gotta
we're-
love that you get your first contingency on your first thing.
We had it as a line item. We were planning for this.
Okay.
We knew it was a 30% chance. We
Yeah.
were just hoping we wouldn't hit it.
Yeah,
No, it's
They had it.
smart. No,
So
I know you
it
would
was,
have
it was
in
part of it, but we had a 30% chance of being okay. No, 30% chance of not being okay. There
damn
is.
it all to hell. Well, that's the building update for this week,
Yeah,
Jay.
that's
So
my
the-
worst of the week.
The cha-ching that I thought meant we made money means we cost us money.
Yeah.
I thought snowing screwed us over on the shoring, and it actually didn't screw us over on the shoring.
No, but the shoring is going to go in. It's going to come out in about
Yeah.
a week, and you're going to be
It's just
back on
another,
track.
yeah, just another little step in the mix. But yeah, 1 week in, already had a little snafu.
That's the building update for this week. Jared, how much time do we have? 0 minutes. Well, I even checked out to the Game of Thrones talk and the Avengers talk, but I really liked the beginning Menzies talk. I give this episode 3 apples out of. That's real life. Talk to you next week.
Excuse me there. I just lost my train of thought.